All right, y'all. So Missouri executes Marcellus Williams yesterday. They're saying even after the prosecutors tried to stop it. So now we had the defense trying to stop it. Obviously, we had uh, the woman who was unfortunately murdered. Her family tried to stop it, and even the prosecutors themselves tried to stop it. So everyone tried to stop it except for the Supreme Court judge. Um, I don't know. The more and more that I read on this up through the point in which they actually executed him yesterday at 6 p.m., the more I'm just like something just wasn't right with this whole thing. Um, I don't. I'm not. I'm not a law professional. I just don't see why not, with all the discrepancies that were pulled, that were facts. Why not halt it 6 months, a year, while we figure this out, right? I don't know. I don't know, but I'll say this. I hope it don't rub people the wrong way, but I actually hope that he did it at this point. I do not hope that I am not hoping, or saying that I'm glad or anything about the victim being murdered. That's terrible, but I am hoping that he actually did it. Well, it doesn't look like we'll ever actually know 100%. But if he actually did it, then at least the justice system uh, worked as it was intended to. But something's tugging at me saying that he didn't. Let's watch this video post the execution. Sad stuff. All right, y'all. Let me know what y'all think. It's Ricky Rich with Black Primacy. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and turn on your notifications.
And in just the last hour, Missouri executed a death row inmate named Marcellus Williams by lethal injection. Now, Williams was put to death over the 1998 murder of newspaper reporter Felicia Gale, and the execution coming hours after the U.S. Supreme Court denied a stay of execution, just a day after the state's governor and the Supreme Court both denied clemency to Williams as well. And all this after a prosecutor from the original trial said Williams was innocent, claiming no evidence actually tied him to the crime. Williams' execution was one of 5 scheduled in the course of a week across the country, the first one being Freddie Owens in South Carolina this past Friday. NBC's Yasmin Vasugian has been following this story. Yasmin, can you tell us the latest here?
That's right, Gotti. The third in Missouri this year, the 100th execution in the state since executions were reinstated back in 1989. 5, by the way, in this week alone across the country. We're talking about Missouri, in which Mr. Williams was executed just a couple of hours ago by lethal injection. Alabama as well, Oklahoma, South Carolina, Texas. The timing of it all, right? You ask, why are all 5 of these executions happening in this week alone? Is really just happenstance in the decision-making process by some of these kind of state Supreme Courts. I will say, though, the argument that was being made by Mr. Williams' attorneys to the Supreme Court to, in fact, stay this execution was waiting to a decision till a decision was made by a similar case as they saw it that was going to be argued in front of the U.S. Supreme Court on October 9th. A statement that was made by the Innocence Project saying this, and I quote, "This closely resembles that of Richard Glossop, who remains on death row in Oklahoma because the state court similarly refused to accept the state's confession of error." If you remember, just yesterday, the state Supreme Court in Missouri essentially did not accept the prosecuting office's admission of possible error in Mr. Williams' case, hence why we are here today. Mr. Williams losing his life to execution by lethal injection just a couple of hours ago amidst a huge week of executions happening, Gotti, across this country.
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories on the NBC.
And there you have it. What do y'all think? I know there's a lot of people that have their mind made up whether you think he did it or not. As I said in the last video, I had been less focused on whether or not he did it and more focused on the handling of the case. The handling of the case was weird enough and had, like she said, had in my opinion, enough errors for them to reopen the case, reevaluate. I don't know about y'all, but when it comes to taking a human being's life, especially through the court or through the justice system, everything I think we all should agree that everything should be, done to the T. All the T's need to be crossed and I's need to be dotted before doing something like that. If there's anything that's not aligned properly, then it doesn't need to happen. And I think that was the case here. I think that it just, I don't know, it just seems really, really strange that they went through with this, because nobody, again, the defense, the prosecution, and the victim's family wanted him to be executed. Now, that doesn't mean that nobody thought he did it. That means that they didn't want him to be executed. But I'm sure that there are quite a few people in all three of those areas that felt like he didn't do it. And I really hope that he did. If he didn't, then the real killer is out there, or had been out there living their life. No problem. Probably hurt others. And, he paid the price just because he was in the system already. Very sad stuff. Sometimes I like to read the comment. It looks like there's quite a few people on here that yeah, see, the sad thing is the real killer's roam free. With the prosecutor declaring that he's innocent, someone important must be the murderer, and they want to keep him from being exposed. That's a very likely scenario with how this was moving, But it's really unfortunate. I pray to God nobody watching this, nobody I know or myself is ever in a situation like this. Could you imagine? I think it's even worse than, I think with all of the media attention around it, it's even worse than nobody even knowing, right? And just being executed. Like, I wonder if all the way up to the last minute did he think, it was a possibility that someone was going to step in and stop it. That sucks. God, I hope he did it. I really do. I apologize if that somehow offends people, but again, I just, if he did not do it, that's just terrible. If he did, I'd be able to sleep with that. But y'all let me know what y'all think. All right. Sad day. Y'all let me know what y'all think. All right. It's Ricky Rich of Black Primacy. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and turn on your notifications.